Hey friends, it's Becca from Becca's Garden. Welcome. Today is November 1st and the temperatures are perfect for planting potatoes in the garden. This is such a great crop to grow, especially if you have a little bit of space. We have 1/10 of an acre here, just a little front yard, a little backyard, and I'm not gonna lie, if you're gonna plant in pure hard clay in Texas, it's not really gonna work. We've been tilling this up for 9 years, and you really do have to amend the soil. But if you have a tiller, or a friend with a tiller, or a garden buddy, or someone you could maybe find in a garden group to buddy up with and borrow a tiller, or help maybe grow a garden together, you can grow some potatoes. So my husband this week tilled this up for me so I could get these in the ground. Now, you don't have to buy organic if you don't have seed potatoes at a farm seed store near you. I think it's hard to find this time of season, and I was going to try and save our seed from harvest last season, but it's looking kind of, maybe some of it will grow potatoes, but the littler it is, it doesn't grow a big harvest. You'll end up with like a bunch of really small potatoes, maybe smaller than this size. So you kind of want to plant potatoes about the size of inside of your palm of your hand. They don't, like I said, they don't have to be organic. It can be helpful to have organic because they do sometimes spray the non-organic potatoes. We're going with non-organic potatoes. I've done it before. I've had success. I've seen other people have success. Whatever's in your budget, grow some food if you can. These are hard, challenging times in 2025 with all the things going on. Not going to go into them because everybody knows what's going on. And this is a great way to stock your pantry, to plant seeds today for tomorrow's harvest. This is 3 5-pound bags of yellow potatoes. They're extra buttery flavoring on their own, so you don't need to add as much butter. They're super creamy to just boil, mash, put them in a stew, make some french fries, hash browns, whatever you do with them. They are awesome. They're filling. They grow here really well in zone 9B, and you want them to be sprouting a little bit like this. So just keep them in a cool, dark place, and at about a week after buying them, they're sprouted enough to plant in the ground. You don't want your sprouts too long, because if the sprout breaks off, it might have a hard time putting another sprout on under the ground, and your potato might rot. Another thing you want to look for is, I think I saw one. You don't want a potato that's got any like soft spots, or it's starting to rot spots, or open cut spots. So you want to make sure your potatoes are solid and sealed, and they're just starting to sprout. So like I said, this was tilled up. My husband already put compost out here from the chicken coop run, which was mostly made from scraps that we throw in there, their chicken manure, and composted leaves. Whatever leaves we had that were not treated, oak leaves, whatever, we would throw them in the coop as bedding, and as they break down, it makes a beautiful compost. He's put that all out and tilled it out, so that's a great way to get started. Okay, so you don't have compost, but you can till up a little bit of garden space. You can put down for free, if you look on Marketplace, see if anybody, or any garden groups, see if, or maybe like homesteading groups, see if anybody's growing rabbits, or if they have goats, or if they have chickens. They usually have a lot of extra manure or compost somewhere on their property, and a lot of them are willing and more than happy to let you come out and scoop some of it up in some bags and take it home and put it in your garden. And it's a great way to make a new friend. So that could be for free and a great resource for your garden. You can go to Walmart or wherever your big box stores are and pick up a bag of 1010 fertilizer. Potatoes love a balanced fertilizer. They do like a little bit more potassium, so sometimes there's a brand called Down to Earth, and it's organic, and it is called langbonite, and is pure potassium. Also, if you don't want to go the organic route, and there might be organic potash, I don't know, I have to check the bag when I looked at it online, but there is something just called potash that is pure potassium, and I know the prices keep going up on it. But potassium helps these put on the potato and not so much of the leaf. So once these are in the ground, they'll leaf out, but they need a little bit of extra potassium to help them grow that potato. Now, there is a website called preppingdeals.net, and every day, if you're subscribed to them, they post deals all the time about what's going on Amazon and other places. And I think these run about $12 a bag, and the preppingdeals.net had a deal for these for, I think, $4 something a bag. This is Omni certified tomato fertilizer, and it's called True Organic. So, I mean, that was a good price for $4 something. So I picked up a bag of that. We usually grow a lot of tomatoes and vegetables here. Your nitrogen is a 4, your phosphate is a 5, your potassium is a 6, so it's slightly a little bit higher. And you've got your calcium at 6 and your sulfur at 1%. They also have this one on sale another time, so I picked this one up. This is raised bed organic, Omni certified, True Organic brand, raised bed fertilizer. Raised bed, tilled up bed, it's fertilizer. Your plants are going to like it and eat off of it. So it's got a 6% nitrogen, 3% phosphate, 6% potash, your potassium, 5% calcium, 1% sulfur. So these are actually super similar. The difference is your tomato one is slightly lower in your nitrogen than this one. So I'm going to actually use a slightly less nitrogen one because your potatoes don't need as much nitrogen. So they put on that potato. You don't have either one of these. Okay. Can you get some bone meal? Can you get some fish meal? Those are also really good fertilizers for potatoes. Either one. Pick one up. Sprinkle some out and get planting. So we're going to plant these. I know, I'll just sprinkle a little bit out anyway, right? So I'm going to plant them about 1.5 feet apart, a couple of steps, plop a potato down, and then about 1 foot or so apart widthwise as well. So I was trying to get my rows lined up here. I don't know if you can see. Got some free bricks. And I just made my rows, and I kind of went down the rows, measuring with my feet on the other side. So yeah, just like do 2 steps and plop a potato. See what I'm doing. This way. So I've got 4 rows going. See any rocks? Probably throw in a few extra. So about 6 inches down to 8 inches down is how deep you want to plant them. 8 inches was a little deep, and I didn't notice like a big difference on like getting more potatoes by planting them deeper. And these ones didn't need hilling up, and we sort of hilled them up just a little bit, but not like dramatically. And potatoes like to get fed about 3 times. So when you first plant them, put either some compost out, and then once they start sprouting a little bit, you can put a little bit of your fertilizer out, and then again as they're coming up a little bit more, one more time if you think it needs it. You can tell usually by looking at the leaves, and then in about 5 months or so, the potatoes will die completely back on the leaves up top, and then it's time to just pull them up and harvest, and then put them in a single layer and let them air dry either inside or a cool dark place on your table. Once they've cured for about 2 weeks like that, you can store them. Anything that looks like it's cut, damaged, whatever, you definitely want to eat those right away. And you can always try to save some for seed for spring. And they're super easy. So yeah, let's just get some potatoes planted. Just gonna sprinkle a little bit. This is already compost. I'm not gonna go crazy. Just a little bit. I maybe sprinkled a 1/4 cup out. This side's a little bit